This is violence and thuggery. This is not a legitimate campaign or demonstration, and we have to clamp down on it, and the police and the government are working hard to make sure that every single person that's involved with it, they will face the full force of the law.
Abid Gurwali, as a refugee who works with other refugees, do you feel reassured tonight?
To be honest, I've never been this afraid. I've lived in the UK for the last 17 years. I've been a citizen for the last 5 or so, and as a refugee, as an asylum seeker, I saw the dehumanizing language, the scapegoating, but now, like, I'm afraid for my kids. I told my wife, don't go to the park. You know, I had to travel from Bolton yesterday to Kettering to take my girls to nursery because I was afraid for my wife to walk on the road. It's scary, and I think there is no legitimate concerns when this text comes out, the racist against Muslim refugees. And sadly, the media have been portraying it as though they were misinformed or there's misinformation. Although if this guy who did this criminal act of killing these innocent children, which our sympathy should go to the family, even if he was a Muslim, even if he was a refugee, does not mean you have to go after the whole group and the whole ethnicity and the whole religion. We need to, criminal needs to be treated as criminal and brought to justice. So I feel like the media and some politician has actually made it worse. And I think, you know, they need to take some responsibility for their wording. I remember speaking to you before the election, asking about compassion, and you know, and sadly things has turned out to be quite bad now. I think this was preventable and predictable, because the way the media and politician has been speaking about people like me and dehumanizing me and thinking I am somehow the problem for the crimes in the social housing and so on and so forth.
Paula, do you think this is as spontaneous as it appears to some, as if it's just come out of nowhere?
It's very organised. It was done through social media, and absolutely what I've seen on social media can be a force for good. But what this has done, it's created a whole level of threats and violence and intimidation that I have never seen before. I was involved in the 2011 riots when it was in the city centre, and I have never seen anything as bad as it is at the moment. And it's organised.